I'll just give out my favorite bet. I like Seattle. They're plus 140, taking on the Stars in a huge game for both teams. Dallas still trying to fend off Minnesota and now Colorado for supremacy in the Central Division. Stars 7-3 in the last 10, and generally have just kind of played this pace throughout the season. Seattle coming off a tough loss. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10, but the numbers are still pretty good for Seattle. Their scoring rate is back up. I know it's the shooting percentage maybe is a little inflated with the way things are going, but it's also forced, right? Like their save percentage at 5-on-5 over the last 10 games has been abysmal. But generally speaking, this team is doing a pretty good job driving play in the right direction, and their expected goals rate is over their last 10 games is among the league's best. So Seattle, in what will be a goaltending mismatch, in all likelihood, I'll take them to beat the Stars, who, like I said, they've been playing well too, but I think the number's long enough on Seattle to give it some value. So I'll take the Kraken here.
Yeah, I like the Kraken there as well, and I hope that they find a way to win it. But with that said, like I thought, an interesting note on this too. That felt like one of those games the last time they played Dallas that everything went wrong, and they just didn't get any of the breaks. I thought they pushed really well, which is kind of how we expect this team to look a lot of nights. But yeah, I agree. I think they're a really strong long shot bet. So yeah, I like the Kraken there. And to go with mine, we're going to go with the same kind of idea as a goal scorer who's due. He's a much more proven goal scorer. But I like Kyle Connor to break through versus Arizona. I think if you want to play 4 shots, if there's prices close to plus money, that's another strong bet. He's back with Dubois, which I think helps a lot. We've seen him, I think a bit of that there was the lines were kind of getting shuffled. He wasn't getting as good of even strength minutes. So I think versus Arizona in a game where they should score a decent amount, it's the time for him to break through. I think he knows it. The team knows it. This is hopefully one where we're going to get slightly better numbers than we see like over the last 2 years with Connor. Obviously, he scores at such a high clip. So if you can get around plus 180, plus 170, that's the thing that's tough with these is like we're trying to gauge what the prices will be. And it does seem like odds makers, as this season has worn along, are starting to really shift prices in games where a team's a heavy favorite. I had kind of a bad estimate on our Matt Tkachuk goal last week, and Florida did score 9 goals in that game, so it seems like the odds makers probably had a reasonable idea to move the prices a lot. I don't know if the Jets will score that many here, but I think that they're in a really good spot to do some damage, and I like it as a time for Connor to get off the schneid and break through.